Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with 3 neutral farmhouse decor pieces for you today. I'm so excited to show you what I have in store. It's very easy, it's very cost effective, so let's get into the video. I'm going to be using my Waverly chalk paint and plaster and cashew. I have a little finial from Hobby Lobby, some wood glue, some tumbling tower blocks, and 2 of the shadow boxes from Dollar Tree. I'll be using about 53 tumbling tower blocks. So here you see me just breaking down this shadow box. Oh, I have no idea where that went. No idea. Getting rid of that sawtooth hanger on the back and sanding it down. And I didn't tell you, but once I popped that sawtooth off, I didn't like how it looked with that sandy mark, and I didn't want to paint it. So I grabbed some craft sticks, and I'll be covering up with that. And that added some texture and a little more farmhouse feel to the lantern. Yes, we're making a lantern. Quick and easy. There's several different ways to make them, but this one was really simple, so it's the one I went with for today. So I'm just going to cut the rounded ends off of the craft sticks and fit them to the shadow box after flipping it over on the back. These pieces do not pop out easily, the square pieces of the shadow box. So after trying to pop it out and realizing I could not get it popped out, I decided to leave it alone. That's why I'm adding the craft sticks again, because I didn't feel like painting it. But I am going to end up painting the craft sticks anyway. My idea was not to paint it. Ended up painting it because it wasn't cohesive. It didn't look quite right to me. So now that I've got them all cut down to size, I am just going to place them with some hot glue. Thank you to everybody joining me today. I'm sorry this video is a day late. I am actually on a little mini vacation. I am in Pittsburgh right now. Came down for a little break, and it has been a wonderful trip. So I'm not in my normal recording hookup, so you may hear some outside noises in the background, but that's okay. Bear with me. So here you see me gluing together the tumbling tower blocks. I'm doing 2 at a time. I'm doing 3 sets of 2 for a total of 6, and then I am gluing those 2 sets together to get these long dowel kind of look pieces. I glued them together the way that I did because if I tried to glue them all at once, end to end to end, they get kind of crooked because you're not really able to pay attention to how they're forming. So I glue 2 together at a time, and then I glue those 2 together for a set of 6 pieces. And then I take 2 sets of 6 and glue them back to back. That way I get a wooden square dowel look. You can, however, if you don't want to go through all that, buy the square dowels at Walmart. I didn't have any, so I'm using what I got. Then I took 5 more tumbling tower blocks and made a square or a top, and I'm going to glue my little finial onto that. I added it sideways for a little bit of interest and character, using a little bit of wood glue and hot glue to make sure it sticks for that short-term, long-term hold. Now I'm going to take my plaster chalk paint and give all these a rough coat. And if you don't like that you can see like a little bit of cracks between the tumbling tower blocks, you can use some wood putty or some Dollar Tree spackle and go ahead and fill all that in and then give it a good sand, and then it will look very seamless. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. So here you see me gluing everything down, and you'll also see me redoing it because I did not like the paper. I thought it was going to be okay. I thought I was going to like it, And after I got it all glued down, I looked at it and went, yeah, no, it's not matching what I want to do. So I ripped those legs out and I ripped that paper. I tried to rip the paper out. I could not get the paper out. So then I went back with some of my craft paper from one of my little booklets that I got from Joann's. And I picked a nice neutral rose pattern and I glued that down. And then I put my wood pieces back and this project was done. And in the beauty shot, you'll see how I styled it. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It's free. I would love to have you here. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on another Cute and Crafty Ideal with D. And if you've been with me all this time since I've started my channel, I thank you so much for being here. You're absolutely amazing. So here's that really pretty rose neutral craft paper that I used to cover up the other paper. Sorry about that loud noise if you heard it. I don't know what that was. Again, I'm not at home, you guys, so that's why the video is late and that's why there's background noises. Just cleaning up some of the hot glue where I put a little too much. And here it is. I chose to style it with some greenery and one of the little LED Dollar Tree houses. You can definitely style it with some florals and some greenery. You could style it with one of the tall LED pillar candles. There's so many different ways you can do this, and I absolutely love how it came out. Very simple, very easy, and it's a good size. It's very tall, so I like it, and I hope you guys do too. Moving on to DIY number 2, we're using the same 2 paints we used in number 1. We've got some burlap, we've got some twine, and this was from Walmart at Christmas time. I got a pack of 3. I have some of my jute cording. I have a thrifted vase from the Goodwill for 99¢. I have some of the Joann Fabrics tulips and some of my buttons from the Dollar Tree. Also a Sharpie marker. So I started out by cleaning this vase really well with some alcohol. And now I'm just going to give it a rough coat of paint with the Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I chose this vase because it's really textured and I knew that the paint would show up beautifully, especially once I started to add my other color to it. This one is my favorite of the 3 that I'm showing you today. So now that I've got the vase painted, I am going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color hazelnut, and I added some yellow to this color to get the color I wanted. And look at how that is distressing out. That is so pretty. Those ridges just pull that paint down that vase in such a way that you don't really have to do a lot to it to get it to look like this. Now that that's done, I'm just going to add some of my twine around the top of the vase. You could add as much or as little or none at all. But you know me, I'm always going for that farmhouse look, and I think this is perfect. Now we're going to take our burlap and we're going to make some burlap flowers. I just took the smaller paint container and made my circles, and I'm just going to cut those out. And I did about 4 in each color, in the neutral, in the cream, and in the chocolate. Cream or white, looks more cream in person. And then I did the same in the chocolate. Just cut out some circles. And then I'm going to take my hot glue. Please be careful on this because you know the burlap is very porous. It's not very, it's not knit together very well. So you will get burnt because that glue will seep straight through that burlap. Use your finger protectors. Don't do what I'm doing. So I took my twine, any twine of choice. I just wanted a neutral twine. And I went around the very, very edge of that circle. Then I took a little bit of hot glue where the twine met together and I pinched it. That hides where it meets and that also gives you a flower petal. And this is why I wanted some burlap or twine at the top of this vase because it gives me something to hook my first flower to. I took a zigzag line of glue and went down the vase and took my twine and just followed it. And we're going to start placing our petals. You can make these as big or as small as you want. Customize it to what you need for home decor, any colors. There's so many different colors of burlap, especially at Walmart. And there's so many different colors of twine now at Dollar Tree. You could really make some beautiful flowers with it. So I'm overlapping the petals. I'm putting the chocolate ones on top of the neutral colored ones. And I think it's so pretty. This was easy, as most of my DIYs tend to be, because I want everybody to be able to make them. So this was really easy and it's so pretty. And now I'm taking some more of those petals and I'm just gonna follow down that jute cord down the vase, adding petals. And now that I've got my flower made and I have my petals on here, I'm just going to start adding some neutral colored buttons. I love this. It's so textured and so neutral, but it's still very distinct. It just has its own character, its own vibe, and I love it. I'm just going to add some tulips. I'm doing the purple tulips because they're my favorite. But you could definitely add some sunflowers, would be really pretty in here, especially with the color scheme that I've chosen for the vase, or some daisies or anything like that would just be gorgeous. Just some white flowers, anything that matches your home. This one is my favorite, you guys. I love the burlap, the buttons, the texture on the vase. It all just screams to me and I love it. I hope you do too. And this is DIY number 3 and the final one in this video. I'll be using this family wood lettering from Hobby Lobby, some of my neutral solo wood flowers. I have this plaque or blank wood sign that I got from the Target spot for $3. And I have some of my tag signs that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, some clothespins from Dollar Tree, and let's get into it. I'm just taking the plaster chalk paint by Waverly and I'm giving these tag signs a coat of paint because that's the same color Then I'm going to paint the word family, and I wanted all of that to match. You guys, if you don't know this already, I do have a Facebook group. It's called D's Cute and Crafty, DIY Divas. So I would love for you to become a group member over there so you can post your DIYs, because I totally enjoy seeing all of the wonderful things that you guys craft. I would love to have you over there. D's Cute and Crafty, DIY Divas. So here you see me really this is just an assembly of things that were already made. So I don't know that I could really truly call it crafting, but it's super easy and it's really cute. And we're just gonna make a wall hanging so that we can put our pictures of our family. So I got my tags painted, I got my family word painted, then I just hot glued down the tags, and I'm hot gluing down the clothespins on top of that. I'm going to add my solo wood flowers in the corner, and that is going to be done. I just put my ruler down so I could make sure that my clothespins are all straight and hanging at the same level. Cutting the back of the solo wood flower down so that it will sit more flat and even. If you guys made it to this part of the video, we're almost done. So that means you've stuck with me through the whole thing, and I truly appreciate you. If you've done that, please leave me a comment. Tell me which one's your favorite. Give this video a big fat thumbs up so that YouTube pushes me out a little bit more and I can continue to make content for you guys. And I thank you so very much. And that is the end of this DIY. Very simple, very easy, and it came out really pretty. I love neutral farmhouse as well as all the other different types of farmhouse that I do. But this is easy, and I'm probably going to end up giving this one to my daughter for Mother's Day. I'll put some pictures of my grandbaby on it, and then I will give it to her. And here's the final reveal, you guys. All three pieces, all done. Thanks again for joining me for this video today. I truly appreciate you being here. You guys are amazing. As I always tell you, it's such a blessing to have you watching my videos and commenting and giving me inspiration and ideas as well. So that's going to be it for me today. Until I see you in my next one, as always, be blessed, be safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.